Okay, guys, welcome back to Traderscale Success Stories, where we get into the nuts and bolts of trading. Today, we are joined by Lovemore Vhayeya. I pronounced that correctly, right?
Yeah, that's okay.
Perfect. Okay, so we're joined today by Lovemore Vhayeya, and he's someone who's refined his strategy and is really having some success with Traderscale. So, without further ado, let's get stuck into it. Okay, tell us a little bit about yourself, Lovemore. So, where are you from?
I live in the UK. I've been living in the UK since around 2000.
Okay, cool. And how old are you exactly?
Yeah, I was born in 1969, so I'll be 56 now. I'll be turning 57 in January.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Yeah, usually our traders are between, sort of like 20 to 35. We've had a couple of slightly older fellas on as well though, which is good, and some older ladies, which is really good. We always like to diversify, right? So how much have you been paid out with Trader Scale?
How much have I been paid out?
Yes.
This was my first payout. I think I made $1,140. So the agreement is that they take their 20% and then uh, I was remaining with 800 and something dollars, which was converted into British pounds.
Perfect. Lovely. Lovely. That's a good start. Good start. So how long have you been trading for exactly?
I've been in and out of the market since around 2004, a long while ago.
Okay.
I think the first time I've attended a lot of courses, bought indicators, and followed different mentors, followed different signals. But in the end, I realized that you you need to learn and then come up with your own system, as it were, because there are so many strategies. Some are short term, some are medium term, some are long term, and the asset classes are also different. You can focus on crypto, forex, whatever. So in the end, I've like narrowed down to what I want to do now. I'll just be measuring forex, indices, and commodities.
Ah, nice. So how many pairs in total do you trade?
Um, Over the last few months, I've been looking at two strategies. I wanted to refine and see which one I would want to. One
Okay.
of these strategies would be looking at indices, forex, and commodities, especially gold and
Okay.
oil. But then the other strategy, which I'm using for now, it focuses either on the British pound USD
Okay.
and the German DAX,
Okay.
just those.
Oh,
But for now,
I like the DAX. I like the DAX.
yeah,
It's one of my favorites. I think it's quite easy to trade, to be honest.
yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. So, what is your main strategy and how did you find it?
The first strategy, which I'm not using for at the moment, is market structure.
Okay, looking at
I think,
just basic structure, yeah.
yeah, some call them order blocks, some call them supply and demand,
Yeah.
and yeah, so yeah, the only reason why I'm not using that at the moment is because I've realized it works more for me on 15-minute charts.
Okay.
But
I got you.
if you are short on time, you can you can put pending orders on 1 hour charts.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Nice.
so that's one of the strategies. And the other strategy which I'm using currently is something which I learned from a certain guy. It's called London breakout strategy. It's a funny
Okay.
strategy.
That's
Yeah.
cool. Sounds good. So this is something you've been taught, or this is something you've refined personally?
Yeah, I've been taught then refined. Yeah.
Yes, nice. So a bit of both. I think that's quite important as well. Just, find something that's working for you, but then obviously like you could tweak it and say, oh, well, I can make that a little bit better with something else. Maybe add a confluence or something like that. And with the strategy, did you back test it a lot before it went live, or was it something you just went straight in with?
I did. What I did was I'm a Christian.
Okay.
So I I'm looking at retiring now or very soon. So I was praying. I took time off work just to have time to pray and ask God to to guide me because, like I said, I've been trading for more than 20 years now. But
Yeah, it's a long time, man. It's a long time.
but I didn't have really anything to show for it besides having spent maybe more than £10,000 on courses over the years and
Yeah, yeah.
strategies and yeah. So I thought, no,
It
let
happens.
me just have time to pray and reflect and ask guidance from God.
Okay.
So after that, I just had I believe the Lord led me to that because I just thought,
Hmm.
oh, if I trade on that this way.
Yeah.
So I did, oh, it's okay. Let me back test it. So I back tested for about a month and it was surprising.
Yeah.
I thought, really? Oh.
Dax
So
is
last week,
Dax is the easiest pair to trade, I think. It's like
yeah.
always bullish. So you always look
So
at the buys. Yeah.
yeah, I attended a certain course from someone called Greg Secker, and he sort of like gave the outline of that strategy. But then like I said, I believe God just led me to do it in a certain way. So I thought, oh, let me just it sounds good, but let me back test it. So I back tested it for
I've seen Greg Sacker's ads all over Facebook. I'm not really sure about that guy, to be honest.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, they can be in your face, especially with AI these days. What the analytics do is they track what you have watched and then they keep bombarding you with that.
yeah, exactly. I've seen him. I don't really trust too much that guy, to be honest. But yeah,
Yeah,
I mean there's some good in everything that someone teaches. There's definitely some good points you can take. So,
yeah.
do you stay rigid with your trading, or are you more tweaking it every day?
Um, I like what happened was I started on this, I would believe, I would say God-given strategy on a Monday. But
Mm-hmm.
then I said, let me, besides backtesting, let me do it live. But then I put a stake of point one. Yeah, and it was on the Monday last week. It brought good results. I said, oh, this good. And then on Tuesday, I put a stake of one,
Okay.
and the results were good.
Yeah, nice,
Then
nice.
on Wednesday, I said, it's okay. I'll put a stake of 10
Okay.
because I've got a $50,000 account. So 1%
Okay.
of that is £500. So if I
Nice.
put a stake of 10, I was looking at between 250 to $300 downside stop loss.
Nice.
So which would be like half a percent. So I thought it's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay, that's
So
good
yeah.
risk management there. Yeah.
Yeah. So on Wednesday, I put a stake of one and I made $400.
Nice.
Said,
Nice. So
oh,
would you say
so
that was one of, would
that
you
was
say
my first day.
would you say
And
that
then
was
on
your best
Thursday,
trade ever or no?
sorry.
Would you say that was your best trade you've ever done?
No, I've had, well, I would say bigger trades, but then with me over the years, what has been lacking was consistency, whereby I could hit what you call a winning run, but then you then follow that up with a a running or a loss run, as it were.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
so
a
it
losing
didn't.
streak.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've
But
all been
then
there, man.
with the back testing which I did, there was quite some consistency of what I could see on the market on the DAX. So I said it's okay. Let me put it in practice. And I would say Wednesday was my first big day. Thursday again big day, and
Nice.
then I said, oh, let me try to see if I can withdraw the money because
Yeah. Yeah, why
this is
not?
my
Why
first
not?
time.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
exactly.
so
And yeah, it's nice to get that confidence as well, right? Withdrawing for the first time, you're like, okay, let's withdraw now, and then you can reset, you can start again. There's no money lost, and you've just won. And what did you do with the money? Did you put it away in savings? Did you take the wife out, or what did you do?
right. I like I said, I'm a Christian. I'm not going to take any penny from that money.
Right.
I
Okay.
want to, in my heart, to give it to God, all of it. So I'm giving about $200 to £200 to a certain family in Africa. They are struggling. We buy
Oh, that's
some
nice,
groceries for
man.
them to eat.
That's really
Then
nice.
I'm giving. And then some of the money I'm giving to some missionary work at church, and then the other money I'll give to my church to support their work. Yeah.
That's so nice. That's probably one of the nicest things someone said on you. I'm giving it to a family in Africa who's struggling. That's really nice of you, man. Love that. So that's very fulfilling. Must be very fulfilling to do stuff like that. Do you do a lot of charity work or?
Yeah, yeah, I do. And it's like I've got a lot of heart which I've got for those who are suffering, but at the same time the means are not there. So I see this as a means to fulfill what is on my heart to help, because I believe life is about making a positive difference in someone's life. It's not about
Uh,
amassing wealth yourself, making billions and making a name for yourself. It doesn't, for people who don't have money, you think, yeah, that's life, that's what I want to do. But then when you've got a bit of money, you realize, yeah, but if you make a positive difference in someone's life, you get more fulfilled.
that's so nice, man. Honestly, I love that. I'm really like, yeah, I'm like welling up here. That's so nice, dude. Honestly, like you obviously seem like a very nice gentleman. So we're glad to have you on again. We're glad to facilitate your needs. So how are you finding Traderscale just as like an overall platform?
The platform, I think before you're using MT4 and then you migrated to MT5.
Okay.
So I I find MT5 to be better than MT4.
Yeah.
The only thing is that I was like sort of, because I was using another prop firm on MT5 and I had them set on my phone. So I had MT4 with Traderscale.
So then
So
you could differentiate it easier. I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
yeah, so in the end, what I then decided for now was that I will stick with Traderscale and use the M because I can't. It seems MT4 is being phased out slowly somehow.
I think so,
So
yeah. I think everyone's kind of getting a bit sick of it, sort of thing.
yeah,
So,
yeah. So
um,
and the most exciting thing with Traderscale was the payout. It was quite mind blowing.
yeah,
I made
awesome.
the I made the request on Monday, this past Monday, and they indicated that they were processing. And then I got an invite from, I think it's Rise, the company which processes the payments in the afternoon on
Right,
Monday.
yeah.
And
There
then
you go.
I
So you,
followed through whatever was requested. I gave them details. So I waited until Tuesday in the morning. They wanted me to do some more verification, which I did. And then they said, yeah, you are done. We'll send the money. And within like 2 hours, the money was in my account.
that's so good, isn't it? Yeah, we like to.
Yeah.
So we do at Tridge Girl. We do pride ourselves on being like one of the best at paying out like fast. We like to get that like quick as possible because it keeps traders happy, keeps people, kind of coming back to us to use our platform. So what about the metrics and the dashboard? Do you find how are you finding that as a whole?
Because most of my focus is on the platform. So
Right.
it's more
Okay.
of like standard.
That's
So in
fine.
terms of the dashboard itself, it's kind of cool because there's a leaderboard where you see how your competitors are doing and you see how you rank.
Yeah,
And
nice.
everything is there, like all your payouts, there are certificates there, and it shows everything transparent. It's just quite good, yeah.
Yeah, lovely. We're glad about that. So there's also, yeah, like you said, the leaderboard gives you that little bit of like competitive, be like, oh, I'm kind of up there now and on today, and yeah, just it's kind of motivating, right? You can compare yourself with others, like how are they doing that? I'm doing this, like so it gives you time to sort of so like self-reflect. So do you review your trades? Let's talk about reviewing now and journaling and analytics. So do you journal or screenshot your trades? Is that something you get involved with?
Um, I can do that, but like I said, what I'm doing now, if I was doing market structure, because there's a time when I was doing market structure, but I was doing it with other prop firm, I would because you want to see how it's going, you get statistics and all that. But with the strategy I'm using now, I might, yeah, but there's like almost no need because what I do is I set pending orders with a predetermined stop loss and
Yeah.
with a predetermined take profit level. So I
Okay.
can always go back. I always
Yeah,
go back.
exactly. You can see right there on the
Yeah.
platform, right? That's brilliant. I love that. So, do you review weekly or daily, or do you just look at it every month and think, right, well, I made this month. What did I do wrong here? this month? Or do you do that weekly or daily?
Um, I do that because I'm still like tweaking my strategy because what I decided to do, I think this week, on Tuesday, I think, is it Tuesday or Monday? Monday or Tuesday. I I thought of adding pound dollar to
Yeah.
to to my assets, but then I was looking at the success rate is not as high as DAX for my
Yeah.
strategy. Yeah, so I'll keep looking at it and I'll keep back testing and also like forward testing, see how things are going on a daily basis. But for now, I think I'll continue on DAX. And in terms of how often I make reviews, it's like I use 1 hour charts, so they are quite bold. You can see them, and yeah,
Yeah.
so I can do that on a daily basis, just see how it went. But because in the past I was tempted to sort of like temp off my trades. Let's say if it's winning, but it hasn't reached the take profit level yet, then you sort of like make a small retracement and say, oh, it's going back then. I just
Yeah. No, I mean, I think everyone's been there, where it's like, oh, wait, it was almost there and now it's like hammering down. But then if you end up holding and it's the correct trade, it does end up just going up after a while.
yeah.
I did that a while ago. I took an AUD USD buy and it was doing this for ages. I was like one to one, just buy and just tapping my stop loss, my break even. So it was like slightly negative. It was doing it for about a week. And I closed it. And then a day I closed it, it flew up and just hit the TP straight away. I was like, it's just one of those things, man. Like you've just gotta like just trust it a little bit more, I guess. Or but every day, you're learning. So and no one's never learning on each separate day. Everyone's learning. So when did you make the jump from demo accounts to to small funded accounts? Where was the jump?
I started with funded accounts in 2018.
Okay.
I think funded accounts started around 2016, 2017, around there. I think
Yeah, that's
FPMO was
when they
the first
came out.
one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I started with the first company I started with was a Dodgy company. I paid $200 and they gave me 100,000 account. I passed it. And then I said, yeah, give me the live account now. So they said, oh, you breached. I said, where did I breach? Where? Can you show me? They said, so they started trying to come up with strange excuses which didn't exist. So I told them that I'm going to take legal action against you. I'm
Oh
going
my
to write
God.
negative reviews about you all over the place. And I threatened them. They gave me back my money. So that was like, the first time.
Yeah,
And
not very
then,
good first experience that with a prop firm, but there most of the prop firms out there are pretty sweet, us included. I will say that. But there are a couple of shady things about in the forex industry. Unfortunately, it's just one of those things. I think as a whole, we're all trying to improve, but it's just one of those things. It's got a bit of a bad rep. So let's say, was it a mindset shift or like a technical improvement that made you profitable?
like I said, I've got a lot of visions, as it were, like desires to make improvements for my family and also for other families who might not be struggling, and also charity work.
Yeah.
But then the means were not there because I believe trading is going to be my end game, as it were. But then I sort of got stuck, and I've been in the game for quite a while. And at times I see mentors making a killing, but they started trading 5, 6, 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Me, I've been trading for 20 years. So I thought, no, let me take
I,
time to
I'll
reflect
tell
and
you,
pray.
I'll tell you one that's real good, and he's cheap. His name's Andre, and it's at Andre's Charts with an O. He is absolutely unreal, this guy. That's just one person that I've learned a little bit off, and he is mustard. Really nice guy
And
from
what's
California.
it telling?
It's at guys Andre's charts. So ONDRES and then charts. all in one on Instagram. Mate, he's unreal. Trust me. If anyone's
So it's Andres Charts on Instagram. Yeah, that's
Andres
fine.
Charles on Instagram. It's the only, I would say, he's one of the only people I would trust personally. So I also learned off a guy called Carl, who I trade with on a hedge fund. He's brilliant as well, but his strategy is quite difficult. Um, but yeah, so like let's get into your consistency now. You're funded. You're say you're preparing for a challenge. What do you do when you're preparing for a challenge? And what advice would you give to someone preparing for a challenge?
I would say don't rush into a challenge.
Don't rush into it.
Start with, if you feel that you've got a strategy, start with back testing, whether you want to do it manually or you want to use some form of software.
Back testing, guys.
Um,
Remember that? How many people have come on here that have been successful that have said back testing? There you go. Love more. Again, Neri's saying it. Okay, continue. Sorry.
yeah, the reason why if you are doing it manually, what you could do is you can do your back testing for the last month, skip a month before and do it for another month before, skip another month, because markets move in seasons. There are times when markets are in a bull run, at times they're in a bear run, at times they're consolidating. So if you are in a bull run at that time and you do your back testing for 2, 3 weeks, the market's in a bull run.
Yeah.
After a week, it might say get into consolidation.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever strategy you thought you had mastered might not work under those market conditions. So that's why I suggest do your back testing for a month and then skip a month, go back and 2 months before and do another back testing, skip 1 or 2 months, go back so that at least you
Yeah.
cover a
So do
wide
you
spectrum.
Yeah, a wide spot. That's a really interesting point, you guys. So Lovemore's just said that if you backtest for a month, you could be in a certain type of condition that or your strategy will work, right? If you find something. Now, he's just said make sure that you've backtested in ranging, bear, and bull conditions so that you know that it'll work or at least be break even for one of those, like at least be profitable in those conditions because and then say you found out that it wasn't very good in ranging conditions, make sure that you're not too negative or you're not hitting those mad losing streaks and you're able to just survive, come out with a BE or -1 -2 whatever, and then you can make your money right with when the trend starts hitting. So that's a very
And,
good point there from Lovemore. I love that one, really good.
and then the second point is I've attended a lot of psychological courses on trading. A lot of young traders, they want to take over the world today and they don't have the patience.
Yeah.
The market is there, it's not going anywhere.
They want to
If
take over the world
you
in a day.
tell yourself that if I make 3, 4 losses, 3, 4 straight losses, shut off your gadget, whether using a laptop or a smartphone, leave the day to go,
Yeah.
get your emotions back to yourself, and then start another day.
Yeah. I love that. That's perfect. Again, just leave it, start there again. Brilliant. Love that. So let's go into how do you approach the challenge differently to regular trading?
I used to use IG index and FinSpreads back those days before problems came up, and the margins were quite favorable. But then,
Right.
due
Okay.
to the changes in call them ISMA or in the European area, they reduced the margins from leverage used to be 1 to 500, so it was quite good. You could
Yeah.
start your account with £200, yeah, at
Yeah.
least you could make something. But then it came down from 500 down to 50 or 30 in some cases.
Yeah.
So for you to make decent trades, you need 2,000, 5,000, I
You
think.
you
Yeah.
need you need probably like 5 to 10 grand if you're gonna make say like 10% a month, or if you do, that's only gonna get you like a grand, you know what I mean, which is decent on but that you would need 10 grand for that. Now, if you did that with 5 grand, it would be £500, which is not bad either. But in London or a city like that, that could be gone in a weekend, so yeah, interesting. So. How did it feel the first time you passed with us and got paid straight away?
It's a good feeling, but you need to have your emotions on check and at the same time know that you are a professional trader.
Yeah.
And the issue is not about the payout you've just received.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
issue
yeah.
is consistency in the long term. That is
There
what
you
makes a
go. That's
difference.
another great point by Lovemore, guys. It like doesn't matter about your first payout. It matters about the consistency after. So he's saying keep your head in check. Don't get too overconfident because some people, when they get overconfident, what happens is they're like, oh, well, now I can just trade and win and all the time, and then they end up losing. So just like keep a level head, go again. Brilliant. I love that again. It was a really good answer. I love these answers. So just to finish up, right? What would you say are the three most important things for someone that's like just starting out with trading to like maybe make it a bit faster, let's say. The
Yeah,
learning.
that's fine. I would say you can get more money and earn more from trading more than a doctor or a lawyer. But it took from 5 years to 20 years for them to qualify to be where they are. So don't think adverts are there online, they're everywhere that you can be a millionaire in 2 days. They are there. Those adverts have been there, but those people saying that might not be millionaires.
Yeah.
So know that when you start trading, it's the time to learn. When someone wants to be a doctor, they know that the first thing is to learn. They don't think of making money being a consultant after 2 weeks. No, it's
No.
time to learn. Don't think about making money. Learn, understand what's happening behind the scenes. Know yourself. Know what you tend to do badly and what you tend to do well. When
Yeah.
things are working and when things are not working.
Yeah.
And when you know yourself, put yourself in check and then continue to learn. And then when you start small. If you are starting on a prop firm, start with the smallest they offer, 5,000, and pay £30 or $20
Yeah.
because you are learning.
Nice. Yeah, that's great advice. I love that. Perfect. So again, want to just congratulate you on your payout, bud. And what I think you've done with the money is really inspirational, to be honest, giving it to people in Africa that are in need. I love that. And yeah, the person you are is really showing to me right now through those answers. So I'm buzzing for you, mate. We're very happy to facilitate your needs at Traderscale. Keep it going, and thank you again for joining us on the show. And let's see how it goes. If you keep running it up, we can come back on and do an episode two.
Yeah, that's okay. I look forward to that. Thanks very
Yeah,
much.
brilliant. So, okay, guys, that just about finishes off with Lovemore. Thank him again for coming on and sharing his journey with us. It's been an absolute pleasure. And if you find something inspirational about this, guys, I know I certainly did. Don't forget to like, share, drop a comment with something that might have resonated with your journey itself. So, yes, ciao for now. Trader Scale out.